Welcome back. Quick one. Today I'll be talking about how you can trade with liquidity graph step by step. How you can use this most effective liquidity graph to take your trading to the next level. We are going to look at two types of liquidity graph and how you can use them. Liquidity is something that engineer the market whenever they move in the direction that you intend them to go. They are going to give you a bigger RR and enough of money whenever you are going with them. So liquidity graph is very essential in the market. You cannot trade without liquidity grab. The market has to grab liquidity. The market has to stop out many people for it to gain the volume to go wherever it wants to go. So liquidity grab is very important when you are trading. So let's go to the chart. Let me show you step by step on how you can implement this liquidity grab in your trading. As you can see, here is the two types of liquidity graph we are to look at today. So look at this leg, look at this picture, this image clearly. You can see that this market created a low here, which seems that the market was coming down. It created a low, but thereby breaking structure to the upside. This tells you that the market is going bullish. But what you should do is, since there is no other consolidation that can hold the trend of the market whenever they are coming down with force. So you have to take this very leg that has broken structure to the upside as the liquidity. It's just like a vehicle. A vehicle may have accidents, but something will happen before that vehicle could stop. That is if the vehicle hits something that is very strong to hold it not to move again. So that is why a particular consolidation or a zone in the market is very okay when the market has been consolidating for a long time before it finally breaks structure to the upside. Then that zone tends to be very strong to hold the market. But when it comes to liquidity in the market, if once it comes, it may bleach this zone a bit, but this does not mean that this zone is not strong, because the market will come down and bleach this zone, thereby trying to gather liquidity, trying to gather more money for them to buy this market back to the upside, for them to go to the initial direction they were intended going. So this is why liquidity grab is very okay in this market, because this is how the institutions or the banks make their own money. Without liquidity in the market, they cannot run this market, because they are the ones running this market for me and you. So this is the first picture of the liquidity that we are going to be looking at. So once this market breach this zone and then initially take this market to the upside, we are going to be looking for our entry upon retesting this zone. But something happened here. Why this liquidity happens here is there are people right here. Once the market breaks structure to the downside, they will wait for a retest, because you can see the market has broken structure to the downside. This shows you that this market now has changed its direction to the bearish scenario. So there are people that will be waiting upon the market retesting this very particular zone again. They will want to take the trade to the downside, thinking the market has breaking structure to the downside. So when these people take this trade to the downside, where will be their stop losses? They will place their stop losses right at this zone, and that is when the institutions will bleach the market down to the downside and goes back up, taking all their stop losses. All these stop losses that have been taken will give them more power to write this trade to a bigger volume. It will increase volume for them to run and take their profit. So if you are trading a liquidity grab, there is very more tendency that you can make more profit in this market whenever you win a trade. So that is why liquidity grab is very important. So another type of liquidity grab that we are going to be looking at is this very one. So the market is the market was going up. It was going up, thereby breaking this very structure to the upside. You can see this market is the one that bleached this structure to the upside, but upon retesting this zone that breaks structure to the upside, something happened. This market started creating liquidity upon coming down. It started creating liquidity upon coming down. So this very one tells you that before this market will be able to grab, they have gathering a lot of liquidity already to the downside. So as they come into this zone, they just has to take another liquidity, which is this one, because as it was breaking inside liquidity to the downside, there are people who are trading on a smaller time frame, and maybe M15, it may be H1, it may be 30 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 1 minute, depends on the type of time frames they are using. Because in this market we have those that are trading on 1 minute, on a second's time frame, on 5 minutes, and on M15. So all these structures are people's money. So as the market come in, it grabbed this very structure right here. It grabbed that very structure. As it grabbed this structure, it broke this structure right here to the upside, which shows that the market has changed its direction to the upside. So upon retesting this very low is where you place this entry. If where you place entry on this leg, and then you join the trend and you move to the upside. I hope this was understanding. So let us go to our main chart and see how we can see this thing on a live market and trade it. So don't forget to subscribe, turn on notification bell for more tutorial video like this to come. So let's go to the chart. Upside, I'm using H1. It's breaking structure to the upside, and here is supposed to be the zone. Here is supposed to be the last down candle before the structure that has been breaking to the upside, which if you scale out this zone right here, scale it out, this is where the candle end. As you can see, that is where it ends. As you can see. Then, but something happened right here. The market comes back down and bleached the structure to the upside. You can see the market stick out, as in you can see the market bleached that zone to the upside, thereby breaking structure to the upside. You can see there was an inside structure right here. There was inside liquidity right here. So the market take it out and break structure to the upside. If you go to a smaller time frame, if I scale to a smaller time frame like M15 or 5 minutes, you see the break of that structure. So we can see that we have a break of structure right here. On my M15, we have a break of structure upon bleaching this zone. We have a break of structure right here. So this market has breaking structure to the upside. Then you mark out this very candle that lead to a break of structure to the upside, which is this candle. But if you move to M15, you'll be able to have a bigger R out. So that is where you place your trade. Since this is H1, you have to work your way down to M5 for you to take this entry. It will be very clear to you. On your 5 minutes, you enter your trade right there. That is how you place your trade on your 5 minutes, and you target a bigger RR. So this is how you are going to trade this setup. That can gives you 1 to 15 and more, because liquidity grab always give you a bigger RR. You can see since that time the market has been rallied for a very high volume. So this is how you can trade this very liquidity grab. So let's just check out the other scenario. So right here we can check the break of structure first. This market was bearish to the downside. After some times it took out structure to the upside. This shows you that the market is bullish. So this is when you are going to look for where to find your zones. So you wait for the market to come in and gives you what you want. So you mark out this very zone right here. As the market, upon coming into this zone, upon market coming inside this zone, you move to your smaller time frame. You move to a smaller time frame. So once you move to a smaller time frame, you are going to be looking for something like this in this very zone. Here is the second scenario. You're going to look for something like this. As the market is coming into this zone, it will give you something like this. To give you something like this. Upon retesting this zone, you take your trade to the upside. You can see on this very one, there is no graph of liquidity. It hasn't violated this zone. The market is still within this zone. It has not violated this zone. While the other one, the market comes back and violates this very zone to the downside before it breaks structure to the upside. So this is what you are going to be looking at for you to trade liquidity graph effectively. I don't want this video to be too long. That's why you should go to your smaller time frame and backtest that second image, that second diagram on a smaller time frame. So feel free to subscribe, turn on notification bell for more.